Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. I think, Rakul, that was such a wonderful way to announce your presence here. So again, it's such a pleasure to have you. Thanks for being here at ETCISOSecuFest. What a great honor.
Thank you so much, and thank you for such a warm welcome. And good afternoon to everyone present here. It's an honor to be here.
So, of course, we're here to deep dive a lot into cybersecurity and what that means. And as you can see, we have an audience really full of industry leaders from across the country. However, to hear from your point of view as a leader from the entertainment industry, as an entrepreneur, is going to be quite a different twist for everyone in the audience today. So let's get started.
Absolutely, and I think there's a lot more tech knowledge here present in the room than I would have. But I think my bit is going to be of a very personal experience, and the potential threats that sort of we are subjected to. So yeah, I'm going to speak truly from the heart.
Wonderful, thank you. Yeah, so let's get right into it. I mean, of course, there's a lot of fascination about the entertainment industry as a whole, and someone like yourself really being at the forefront. What does it mean for you to keep your identity secure? Because, of course, not only are you an actor, you're an entrepreneur, very prominent on social media. So, how do you kind of hone in your entire persona, but keep it secure in today's day and age? It's not an easy task, surely.
So over the years, I think social media has become a very integral part of our being. It's very important for us to put ourselves out there, and I think the key lies in figuring out how much is too much. I think for me, of course, we know of the potential threats on social media. There's phishing, like the gentleman before was talking about. There's impersonation in the case of celebrity profiles. Then there's hacking, which we've all known for years. And I think lately, what everyone's being subjected to is these AI-generated deep fakes. And I think that's something we sort of tried to keep away from and try to secure our digital presence. Because let's be honest, it's equally important for us to secure our virtual avatar, our digital presence, as much as our personal physical presence. So I think for me personally, of course, a two-step identification, verification program, and then of course, not clicking on unknown links, not sharing sensitive information, and a lot of times people share just anything and everything. So I'm very cautious of what I put out. I don't put out my IDs on social media ever, and also. Yeah, so I think just keeping in mind all these things is what helps me. And of course, I have a team also doing it and helping me keep my digital presence safe. But just not interacting with unknown people, unknown links, unusual activity on your profile. I think that, and not also putting too much of where your presence is, where you are traveling to, sharing your boarding pass. A lot of people don't know that that scanner has a lot of your information. When you put it out, okay, hey, I'm traveling in a flight, so I make sure my scanner of the boarding pass is never visible. Yeah, so keeping in mind these basics and hoping for the best.
These are some great hacks of your own, truly. Have you faced any, serious threat or the impersonation that you're talking about? Of course, today AI can do anything, truly. So have you faced any scenarios yourself?
So a couple of years back, about 5, 6 years back, my Twitter account did get hacked. And that was because I pressed on a link which was shared to me by a friend in a personal DM. But that time there was not so much conversation about it, like we're talking here today at a forum. So I was also relatively newer to social media, and my account got hacked. But luckily my team was able to restore it without any data loss. And ever since, I've been very careful. Of course, I've faced many a times, actually 3, 4 times in the last 2, 3 years, on my Instagram, where your friends have sent you a link saying, hey, I saw this product for you and I think you'll really like it. And you know that my friend's not going to DM me, he's going to WhatsApp me, and I remember checking once, and they said, listen, my account is hacked, don't press on the link. So, of course, you're aware of all these things and immediately informing the team that there is some sort of a mischievous activity happening on your profile. Luckily, so far, I've stayed away from, thankfully, the deepfake videos, but a lot of my industry colleagues have been subjected to it, and I think it's really, really distasteful, and I don't know where we're heading as a society and what joy we get out of that. And I think definitely some measures on social media need to be taken to sort of protect that. Because, like we were chatting outside, I feel like you're a public personality, but you're not a public property. And that's the difference that we need to understand.
Absolutely, what a powerful line there. Surely, if there is a data breach or an attack in the entertainment industry, the implication is extremely severe. Do you think the industry as a whole can do something about this?
See, it's not an attack on the industry, it's also an attack on an individual. Whoever's video that is, right? I think we need to keep in mind that every person's doing a job. Being an actor is a job. You're also a girl, you're someone's daughter, you're someone's partner, you're someone's sister. And I think at that core level, it really disturbs. And I think there's no way to understand the scale of that distress. So it's very distressing. And more than the industry, I feel collaboratively the social media platforms and the influencers, which means the actors, influencers, everyone who has significant digital presence, can sort of create more awareness, talk more about it, create fun content, so that people take it seriously. And I think because AI is becoming so powerful now, maybe social media platforms can have some sort of a technology, which all the tech people here can possibly create, that is AI generated moderation of content on social media, where you can sort of cancel out things that are not verified or coming from absolutely unknown nameless accounts, and creating a distasteful content on social media. So I think it's more about these social media players along with the digital media players along with the actors than the industry.
Great idea. I hope somebody's taken note of this suggestion of what the celebrities do require today. So, would you say in that case that celebrities like yourselves can really leverage your platforms? Because ultimately, we're talking about millions of followers. Can you leverage your platforms? Is it a space that you think is important for celebrities to talk about social media? Is that a way to spread the word?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, if this has become a must for everyone, and it's become such an integral part of our lives. I feel anytime when social media is a huge voice, right? And if you have the ability to have a voice and have a say, I think creating awareness about all the cyber security threats that we pose, talking about how we can protect ourselves from the same, definitely would help, especially the younger generation that's 24/7 on the digital platforms. I think it's their reality. It's really scary. It's like an episode of Black Mirror, where that's their reality. But I feel talking more about it, having such conversations, making more fun and relatable content on social media would definitely help in sort of educating the youth.
Do you think that the youth, I mean, so rightly said, of course, we're literally talking about a generation born into this level of technology. They live in it 24/7. Do you think they're up to date with the reality of what the attacks can be like?
To be honest, I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel, like you said, we were born in an age where we saw landlines, and then from there, mobile phones, and then we got into the age of internet. And so it's not something, our day doesn't start with social media. But the Gen Zs or the Alpha Betas to come, they're born into the digital age. And I personally feel, I may be wrong, I don't think that there is enough conversation on protecting your online presence and protecting yourself. There was this movie called CTRL, I don't know how many of you all watched, but I thought it was amazing how we just click on anything and we think, oh, this game, AI-driven game is so exciting. And then AI is watching you at all times. So I don't even keep my Siri on. I don't know if that helps or doesn't, but I don't. I don't keep Alexa. I don't keep any of this at home because I don't want someone always listening to me. I can walk to the button and press it. So I feel like a lot more conversation would help. And of course, the younger generation should be careful about, the passwords they keep, sharing sensitive information. I see a trend of sharing images. A lot of youngsters share any image and they block out the world and sharing this to this one person on social media thinking no one's watching it, but you don't know. You don't know who's watching, you don't know who's tracking, and I think it's very important for them to protect themselves on that front.
Very, very well said. So, again, what AI can do today is quite, well, interesting. As you opened with saying, we are looking at a world with deep fakes. We're looking at an era where AI can truly generate a Rakul right now sitting on the beach somewhere, where in reality you're sitting right here at the conference. How would you feel if one day we reached a point where there could be a Rakul who could be in a movie, wouldn't have to do a thing, but it would still be your AI avatar? Would that be a cool tech innovation for you? Or would you be quite
So it's already
worried?
happening. There are body scans that already happen around the globe. I don't know if you all know, there was this huge debate in the US about how much of AI is okay in the industry when scripts were being generated through AI, which would replace writers and dialogue writers, and which is unfortunate because you're taking away this whole profession, right? So I feel there's a little bit of boon and a little bit of bane. The boon definitely is that, let's face it, after a couple of years, it changes the way you look. You're not able to do everything. So possibly if there is an virtual avatar of yours, I could possibly do action film at the age of 90, or even after I'm not there. But definitely there has to be a moral ethic attached to it. So I think if you're using your virtual avatar or your AI based Rakul, then there has to be a human controlling the moral ethics of its use, as to how your avatar is used, what is it doing, giving a go ahead on certain things. Like there was this huge conversation about, so a lot of actors have their digital avatars, but the rights remain within the family, that even after the person's not there, as to where and how it's used is still in check. So yeah, I think a little bit of both and a balance is amazing. A balance of everything is amazing, right? So today we can make films like Avatar and we can make films like Dune because of technology and AI. But how we use it and to our progress is something that's only in our hands.
Something you'd be open to?
I would be, as long as the rights remain with me. Then at the age of 90, I'd be doing a dance.
Career would be never
Looking
ending.
like this.
Wonderful. All right, great. Let's open the floor for some questions from the audience. I'm sure people would love to talk to you, get a little bit of insight there. Yeah, sure. Let's get a mic across. We'll just take one or two for now and we'll come back to you. Can we get a mic across, please?
Yeah, hi Rakul.
Hi.
Actually, we all love you.
Thank you
I
so much.
personally love you.
Thank you so much.
You are from Punjabi family, and you came to this entertainment industry. And
Yeah.
your father is
Army.
from army. Yeah.
Yes.
So, what is the moment that you got? You can be a successful leader, and you are successful actress. How you come to this space now?
How I come to?
This entertainment industry.
How did I come to the
Yeah.
entertainment industry? So I'll tell you, being in the army, I think you're brought up in a very equality sort of a space, right? And actually, it wasn't me, it was my mom who figured out that I have that flair of drama and I have that flair of, possibly I was very smitten by the entertainment industry. I used to watch Miss India, Miss World, Miss Universe. I was enamored by it. And even though it wasn't a thought in my head, I think my mom spotted it and she said, why don't you give it a try if you like it so much? And I think my parents' support is what led me to be here today. Like even today, I discuss my scripts with them. They're my bouncing boards. They handle my finances. So I think without their support, I don't think I could have done anything.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Rakul.
Hi.
This is Sandesh.
Hi.
So just a quick question that the interview which is happening currently, like we are not feeling like the interview is happening with any actress, like it's a take pro, like the way you are answering.
Wow,
and
thank you.
So how you are keeping yourself updated with all these technologies, like you have mentioned about deepfakes, AI. How do you keep yourself updated on all this?
I think thanks to AI, you get all the information on your phone. You've answered it there, itself. I think today we're in the age of technology, right? No matter what you're doing, what your profession is, if you want to be up to date, if you're interested in knowing what's happening in the world, you can have information like this in a matter of seconds. And I'm someone who loves to know what's going on. Of course, I'm not going to be a pro like you all, knowing technical terms. But definitely, I like to read, I like to know what's going on. And the right use of technology or AI can help you in doing that. So I guess, yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you have a background in studies in mathematics.
I'm a maths graduate, yes.
So surely this field has somewhat drawn you in.
No, I just like reading. I think I like, he was very kind to say it's not looking like a tech, this thing, but thank you so much. But I just like reading and I like knowing. And a lot of my friends joke and say, you know, you're Google Didi. You know, because I Google immediately, instantly. I need to know you know, if I'm lost somewhere and I need to understand what, why, how. Yeah.
Great. We'll take one more question.
So, hi Rakul.
Hi.
Big fan. I
Thank
think
you.
like two films which I really want to mention about. I loved it. Was Katputli and Runway 34.
Thank you
Basically.
so much.
Excellent
Thank you.
movies.
Thank you.
I have two questions, but I'll make it very quick. Any general misconceptions, like that you have heard about Indian cinema, any point in time, from anyone?
Misconceptions?
Any specific misconceptions? And my second, since I work for a organization called Decathlon, basically, which is into fitness.
Yes, of
I
course.
wanted to understand your fitness regime and what tips will you give it to people like us who have a lot of stressful jobs around, it's CISO.
That's my favorite topic. Fitness is my favorite topic.
Okay.
So I'll answer the first part of your question. See, there are a lot of misconceptions, not just about the industry. There's been a huge debate in the last couple of years. Oh, South films are working, Bollywood is not working, or Bollywood films are now working, South are not working. You know, there's just an ongoing debate about these misconceptions, which I feel if you look at the data, it's not there. The success ratio of every industry or every film is similar around the globe, not just in India, but even in the West. I feel a lot of misconception in the West also about Indian actors and the industry, about the kind of films you make, and even internally in the country. So I think misconceptions of the internet entertainment industry is the most favorite pastime of clickbait platforms, whether it's about personalities, about actors, about celebrities, creating news about movies. I think it's very engaging. So it's a part and parcel of life. It's not something that you really care about. Coming to the second part of your question, well, I feel, see, fitness for me and for everyone should become a way of life. For me, it's a way of life. It's not something that I have to do. It's not pressure. It's something I want to do because I truly believe that the only place we live in is our body. I read this amazing quote somewhere, which has been my current favorite, that you will have 100 problems and you'll worry about them until you have a health problem. And then that's your only problem. And to not reach that point, I think we can, and sometimes people say we don't have time, so you don't need to go to a gym. You know, you can take the stairs. Imagine taking the stairs all day long. Don't take the elevator. You can just stand and stretch in between your desk jobs. You can at least try to eat homemade meals. Even if you can't carry homemade meals or cannot afford a help, there are enough order in places which are healthy today because the world is transiting towards that. So I think making healthier choices is something that's a choice we have. And each one of us can do that. So yeah.
Thank you so
For
much.
some
Thank
great
you.
tips there. We'll come back
Thank
to you
you.
guys in a little bit. But on that note, that's a great point. Can you tell us a bit about your journey as an entrepreneur in the fitness space? And surely fitness is a space where tech plays a huge role. So how have you seen that evolving in your experience?
So back in 2015 was the first time I ventured into the fitness industry. I don't know if you all know of this brand called F45. F45 was an Australian brand, which was very popular in the West, where people were using tech to design personalized programs. So there were these monitors and TVs and heart rate monitors that you would strap on. And I was really enamored by it, and it was new. So I started that in India, in Hyderabad. And then I had 3 of those gyms. Of course, last year I gave them away. But I feel use of tech in fitness industry is so exciting. And I'm someone, see, tech, addicted to it, because in today's world, we don't know what we're eating, right? We don't know the source of food that we're consuming. So it's very important to keep a check. We don't even know the air we're breathing. It's not even healthy, So it's important to keep a check on your body parameters. And I feel like there are so many interesting apps and devices which are using AI to track your heart rates, blood pressure, sleep cycle. Sleep is the most important tool for any one of us to heal any problem. You know, your body has the ability to heal. So I feel use of tech the right way in the fitness industry can really lead to potential gains in the future.
You see tech being an important part of a fitness and a health journey
Absolutely,
overall.
absolutely. See, imagine today you have gadgets that can sort of make personalized programs, not just your workout plans, but your what you're eating. You know, you have these AI apps also that you scan a picture of your plate, and it'll tell you the calories that it has. So next time anyone wants to have a samosa, just take a picture and it'll warn you. And
you
people
might
will
not eat
kill
that
me here for
samosa.
saying that. But I'm just saying, if you want to use tech in the right way, you can do so much more with it. And fitness and wellness and eating right, everything goes hand in hand. There are those glucose monitors that you can sort of sync the spikes in your body with. You know, diabetic people are really using it and benefiting from it. So I feel tech with fitness goes really well.
And how about now, same question, but related to the entertainment industry. Do you see the entertainment industry evolving with, of course, the advent of AI and all the other tech solutions that are out there today? Is it changing, do you think?
Of course, it is changing, and like I said, right, films like Avatar and Dune are possible today because of the advent of AI and technology. So of course, it's changing, and it's changing for the better. But I feel we also need to keep in mind a balance of how much AI is okay and how much of human emotion is important. I think a balance of both is very important.
What does that balance look like for you?
Well, I am not, I'm in the wrong place saying this, but I'm not a very tech savvy person, except for fitness gadgets. And of course, using it, I do have a chain of restaurants called Arambam, which is with wellness, wellness food. So, of course, using it in the whole business space. But otherwise, I feel nothing beats human touch, human emotion. And I come from a generation that would choose to preserve that.
Well, I think a lot of us are in that same boat as well. As we slowly come to the close of the conversation, are there any tips or any guidance that you would leave your, especially the younger generation fan base with, right? As you started by saying, the younger generations are so susceptible to all kinds of cyber attacks, very quick to share, to click, to pause, to be non-stop on their apps. Any tips for your younger generations out there to stay a little bit safer in today's day and age?
Well, absolutely. And I think the only tips I can give is just be aware of the links you click in. Just be aware of who you're sharing your sensitive information with, personal information. Do not upload objectable images of your own self. Do not, a lot of times there's personalized chat and too much chat happening on social media. Just meet the person and talk. So I feel that you should be aware of all these leaks and hacks, and we spoke about the phishing and the deep fakes and all of that. So I think they just need to be a little more aware. Yes, it's good to use social media. We all love it, but I think just use it responsibly.
And what do you think the future of cybersecurity looks like? Let's assume it's the year 2035. We're 10 years ahead. Do you think we're going to need cyber bodyguards or ways in which to truly protect our identity?
I don't really know what 2025 would look like, because technology is really growing at a very rapid rate, and I don't come from a technology space, but I definitely know that the AI would have created a very important space in all our lives. I'm just hoping that it's for the positive, and I'm just hoping, like we were talking, it doesn't become an episode of Black Mirror where AI takes over human. I feel the right use and responsible use of AI would be great, whether it's any industry, right? Medical industry, hospitality industry, fitness industry, you name it. So 2035, we would be doing a lot of mundane tasks much more easier, quicker, but I just hope we're responsible about it.
It could be very much celebrities like yourself also driving the way forward.
I would love to.
Okay, we can take 1-2 more questions very quick. If there are any in the audience, we'll get a mic across to you. Before we wrap up, I think we've very deeply covered a lot of topics here. Okay, can we get a mic across, please?
Hi, Rakul.
Hi.
Here.
Hi.
So one question, see, being celebrity, there will be a lot of threats in terms of somebody creating lookalike profiles, spreading rumors and all. So do you monitor all these things?
So yes, there is a team that does monitor, and which is why we did cover that before, where I feel that the social media platforms also need to come in and take some sort of a responsibility together with the influencer and the celebrity, with much more solid identity verification of these fake profiles, because it's very easy for anyone to create a fake profile and then do any sort of miscommunication from your end. So I feel it has to be a collaborative, and which is why I said tomorrow maybe some technology comes in, which is AI generated, which is sort of moderating content on social media. So yeah, we do try to keep a check, but yes, you can't at all points, and it gets very, very distressing. It does affect you sometimes, because I was just talking to her outside. Every single day you see a picture of yourselves morphed. How do you remove that? So you do say no, but I think the social media platforms also need to come in and start clearing out such profiles, and there need to be stronger rules and verification on the in this process.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Are you very personally involved? Because of course you have a team, but are you personally very involved in keeping your digital presence secure and doing those routine checks, as you're saying?
Yeah. I am.
Well, we can tell there's a lot of hands-on experience here. Rakul, it's been such a pleasure. What do you think, before we wrap, is the significance of having conferences like this in today's day and age, where we're really focusing, of course, on cybersecurity, on AI. We're looking at, well, thanks to sessions like yours, how it affects every industry. So in today's day and age, why do you think such conferences are significant?
I think it's very important, right? Because like we spoke, we are in the digital presence, and there's no denying that. So rather than brushing the problem under the carpet, it's important to address it, and it's important to take important steps for creating awareness, for planning, for avoiding any kind of troubles for the future. So it's really nice, and I'm glad I could be a part of something like this. Cybersecurity is something I've never spoken about before. It's way away from what we do, but it's really interesting, and kudos to ET for doing this. And I think more conversations like this is what's going to lead to a more careful and secure future for the younger generations.
Thank you so much. On that note, what a great way to end this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.